Savage.
Hey guys, Randy Troy here, back at you with some One Piece live action news. So this is completely unconfirmed, but we did get a leaked photo coming straight out of Cape Town of what appears to be the Going Merry. No, not there. There. Of course, you see it now. It's naturally missing Luffy's seat, as that would give it away, that and a giant sail with a straw hat on it. But while we cannot confirm that this is the Going Merry, I mean, come on, guys. It's the Going Merry. Clearly unfinished. It's very likely that they're using the same blueprints that Japan had for many years. You know, I'm talking over a decade ago. If you went to Japan at a certain time of the year, you could go to a port and actually go on board a working Going Merry. There would be little statues of the crew. You could take photos, you know, and eventually this was replaced by a working Thousand Sunny that would ride up and down the shores of Japan. It's possible that those blueprints were shared with the production and that they're, you know, building that. Before I go into what this would be used for, I do have to shout out someone who commented on the part 1 video, Nakir Gadian. Hope I'm saying that right. I pinned his comment on the video. He says that he lives 20 minutes away from this studio in South Africa. Says that there are massive water tanks everywhere. There are places for Fuchsia Village, Kokoyashi, all types of stuff. And he didn't know that there was this state-of-the-art facility right in his backyard, but that is where they shot Black Sails. So this makes sense. What are they going to use this for? Exteriors. These are the outside shots of the crew hanging out on the deck. We're talking Luffy sitting on his seat, Nami sunbathing, Sanji coming out with some drinks for everybody, Usopp using the cannon on the ship, painting the sails, Nami tending to her Mikan area on the ship as well. Plenty of things. What this will likely not entail is anything inside the ship. Will they build the inside? To a point. They may build the kitchen. You know, they have that little dining area. It plays a lot in the show. You know, they have their meetings there. There's definitely a conversation there on the way to the Red Line where Nami is explaining everything. That will likely be recreated on a stage so that they can, so they don't have to worry about being daylight dependent or anything like that. And what that means in the film industry is when you're shooting and everything on your schedule can only happen in the day. So that means when it becomes nighttime, you can't do anything and everybody's got to go home. And if you didn't finish, you probably wasted some money. So this is why people do things on a stage, because they can control the environment. They can control the light. You can work for 14, 18, 24 hours and pay everybody overtime and get it done. It happens.
Savage.
I should know.
You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
So we are going to do something interesting. We're going to look at the website for Cape Town Film Studios and go through it, because it's actually interactive. You can look at things and you can see where things might happen. So let's do that. Okay, we're looking at Cape Town Film Studios right now. Remember when I said find a secluded area to build and demolish Arlong Park? Well, boom, anywhere around here works. Water tanks for the Baratier, yep. Anywhere, yep, this works just fine. Oh yeah, definitely. This is also probably where they'll be putting the Going Merry, so anything, water related will go here. They could even put Arlong Park here. I mean, that'd be a lot of setup and takedown. I think that this is better for Baratier, anything with the Going Merry. Put Arlong Park over here where the water is a little more shallow. Yeah, this is nice. Yep. Oh, look at that right there. That's definitely where Nojiko tells everybody about the story of her and Nami's flashback. Let's see this area down here. 18th century American town set. I don't really see that being used. Beach tank tropical forest set. Yeah, that's looking like Fuchsia Village right there, maybe. All this stuff with Shanks' arm. Let's take a deeper look here. Okay, I can see it. It's a little more tribal than I would think. I could definitely see this area being used. Oh yeah, this right here could be Arlong Park also. Yeah, it's all great stuff. So these are the stages. It's a workshop room, so that's where the construction crew would be building things to then load into the stages. Got stage 1 here. This is what the stuff looks like. This is where they would be building the interior sets where they can control the environment completely, lighting, etc. While they'll have the Going Merry somewhere over here, I'm sure they're going to build the inner rooms on these stages here. Absolutely. Maybe they'll use the kitchen practically, but some of the bedrooms and things like that, like eventually in season 2 when Nami's sick, and everybody's checking up on her on the bed and everything, that is not going to happen on the actual Going Merry. It will happen on a set, on the stage. Oh, another tank. Let's see what this is. Here's where they have the blue screen. Okay, this is definitely getting used. Yeah, they're gonna put a lot of stuff here. Yep, this might be Baratier, it could be the Arlong Park. There's a lot here. This is where they'll move the Going Merry when they want to do something like Drum and Alabasta, and make it seem, because they're not going to take the Going Merry all the way to, hypothetically, Greenland to shoot Drum when they get to that in season 2. They'll just make it snowy over here. But there's a lot of room to play here. A lot of stuff that really looks like Kokoyashi. Oh, look at this. Okay, yeah, this is great. This is looking like Kokoyashi right here. That could even be Kaya's house right there, maybe. It's possible. You can turn this into a little syrupy. That's a little too much there. Let's see. All of this looks great. This is all stuff that definitely could be usable. That could be Party's bar right there, Makino's bar. You can see the productions that they've hosted in the past. Dread, which was a phenomenal movie. Mad Max, Fury Road. Black Sails. Deep Blue Sea. They're definitely going to have the crew necessary to do anything underwater, which is important, because a lot of people in America, I've seen them. We got underwater guys here. We've used them on sets before, but they're pretty far and few. We're not really doing a lot of water stuff here in America. But building a full-scale Going Merry here tells me that they are ready to park in South Africa for a very long time. The likelihood that they're going to switch studios and switch stages at any point or any point soon in the near future regarding One Piece is extremely unlikely, unless there's some sort of financial thing going on or something behind the scenes or something with the tax code in South Africa. For certain seasons, they may go to Europe, they may go to Japan, way later down the line. They may go to Canada, they may go to Greenland. It doesn't matter. Wherever they choose to go, I think they're always going to have a foot here, especially with the stuff with the ship. Now, from a visual effects standpoint, they're going to have some VFX guys go around, take pictures of the ship so that they can create a realistic 3D rendering of the ship, the way that it looks, the way that they actually built it. And then they can put it into anything that they want. Falling from Skypiea, pulling up to Drum, pulling up to Alabasta, Little Garden, whatever. Because this particular stage and location and lot really only lends itself to a lot of the stuff in East Blue and, here and there, some other things, sure. For the rest of it, they're still going to need to recreate and render locations around no matter what. But they have that area with the blue screen wraparound, which is perfect. Now, when I was working on Terminator Genisys, we turned a lot very similar to this, just outside of New Orleans, Louisiana, into the Golden Gate Bridge in California. But we were in Louisiana. And if you watch the movie, it looks like the Golden Gate Bridge in California. And all we did was create little practical elements. I'm saying we. I wasn't in this department. But as a whole, we had this stretch of lot where there were just little bits of things that kind of looked like the Golden Gate Bridge. And then we had a giant blue screen around. And that's where the rest of the magic happened. So there's a lot of room to play here. This is definitely the best studio lot that they could have chosen for what they need to do for One Piece. There is a lot of real estate here to be utilized for nearly all of East Blue and beyond. Does this mean that they have started shooting? Unlikely. Okay, COVID-19 is still rampant throughout the world. The next wave is happening right now. Okay, so everybody please stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Okay? Speaking generally from an American standpoint, when a American film wants to shoot in another country, they are only taking key personnel. Okay, so this is the cast, the talent, the director, the writers, maybe they're not usually going on set. Sometimes the first AD, the producers usually go, but maybe a production designer, like department heads, key personnel. Anybody below a department head is being hired locally in South Africa, and those are usually the terms that are negotiated when going to an alternate country anyway, because it's all for tax purposes, and it's a way to give back to the community. You're letting us film here, so we're going to hire you as the grips, the construction workers, the production assistants, the additional assistant directors, the props people, etc. As a studio like Cape Town Film Studios has its own crew. They filmed Dread, excellent movie, Black Sails, Mad Max Fury Road, part of it, most of it was filmed in Australia. They've got crews. They've got great crews, clearly, because a lot of great movies are coming out of this studio to begin with. So, sorry anybody that's hoping to get a crew job on this. Unless you have dual citizenship that works in Cape Town, you're likely not going to be able to get hired, because they're going to be hiring locally. There's always exceptions, but it's very rare. So that's it for this video, guys. Stay tuned. I am going to have the visual effects video out sometime in the next 2 weeks. I'm not going to put a stamp on it. It takes me a while to do those videos because the editing's a little more involved than, say, some of the review videos or anything like that. I want to make sure that I'm putting out the best product for you guys and that you're actually educated properly. This took precedence because this is breaking news, so I want to get that out to you. I also shot a collection tour, which I'm going to get out to everybody that's been asking for that in the comments. And thank you as always, everybody. I love the support. I love the engagement. Let's keep the conversation going, and I will see you guys soon with another video on my thoughts about the live action One Piece and other One Piece related content. Thank you, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon.
I've been swimming deep, deep. Savage.